In this video, I'll be continuing the crafting bench quest. The case of the crafting bench. I need to wait 2 days, I guess. I wish it went faster. It would be better if this clock thing went faster. Go to the outdoor training area. Where is it? Okay, it's over here. I didn't mean to make a pin there. There's also a chest there. Should I try to get it? I kinda want it.
I see everything.
Oh, my character's already low health.
Bow your head.
Nice and spicy.
Settle down.
Oh, I got hit.
Bubba, get the...
Bow your head.
Shower me with praise. Hey,
The shield is quite annoying.
Abandoned property belongs to whoever finds it first. So, it's legally yours now.
Do I have any pyro keys? No, I don't. Oh, it's this village thing. There's quite a lot of people here. That's quite the crowd. Paimon's getting a bit nervous. Hey there, Patchsoka, Paimon. Sumac, there you are. How are you feeling? Great, thanks to you. Actually, I ended up going to 2 other crafting benches to try that potion. And were they all fine? I'm guessing it's just the crafting bench that's bad. Wow, you've got guts. And it seems like the formula's fine. So yeah, told you that I got a good eye. The problem must have been with the crafting bench then. Ah, look, we should be starting soon. See that person in the middle? That's Mr. Tenuhua. He the judge sent by the speaker's chamber. The people facing Mr. Hempeck should be Locust members. Only 2 of them. That's fewer people than we have. He looks familiar. Side, I don't remember joining the Hawkwings. Oh right, so he really was a Locust. But wait, why is he standing on that side? It's about time, so let us get started. I'm sure that all present are well aware of this dispute, so I shall cut to the chase. State your case, Hempeck. My thanks to their chance to speak. Everyone knows that the Locusts have replaced us Hawkwings for some time now, yet such grudges will not simply vanish. I'm sure it also goes without saying that we are still capable competitors. If we emerge victorious in another tournament, we will reclaim the glory that was once ours. But it just so happened that on the eve of the event, our various contestants met with mishap after mishap, and each victim shared something in common. The accident happened after using a Locust-managed crafting bench. I don't imagine there's the strength to conclude the Locust was the sole beneficiaries of the resultant injuries. As such, we can see that they had both the motive and the ability to put such a plan into practice. Just 1 minute there, bro. I'm going to ask you to slow your roll. Motives and capabilities are one thing, but doing it is a whole different ball game. Also, let's be real. You're not the only one who have beef with us, you know. How is it? When you've got 99 problems, what's a couple mo? You think we've got the time to go around exacting revenge one by one? And besides, I haven't heard of too many people getting injured after using crafting benches lately. You sure it's not just your persecution complex acting up? There haven't been many cases lately. They happened, didn't they? And the fact that such targeted attacks stopped happening just as I started investigating is quite unnatural, don't you think? Moreover, there was a recent victim, someone completely uninvolved in this conflict in fact. Sumac, that young lady over there suddenly felt unwell after ingesting a potion crafted using one of your crafting benches just a few days ago. She had to be carried back to the stadium for treatment. The Outlander travelers Patchsoka and Paimon can corroborate her testimony, and 2 of them were also present when I collected testimonies from the Hawkwings victims. Mr. Hempeck speaks the truth. I did verify the formula was suitable afterward. I can only conclude that the crafting bench itself was faulty somehow. Yeah, and speaking of what happened that day, we didn't use that crafting bench in the first place because it seemed weird. Here also are the victim testimonies. Good judge, that I gave it together with Patchsoka and Paimon, if you would, you too. Submit the victims' testimonies to the judge. Pass the Hawkwings victim testimonies to me once you're ready. Wait, I want to pick up the radish first. Why are there so many people here? Pass the Hawkwings victim testimonies once you're ready. It's this one, and this one, and this one. Well, it certainly appears that this is no groundless accusations after all. Any objections? It's Zug. It's Kun. Alright, so let's just say that crafting bench were responsible for his malfunctioned. That at most accounts to, what? Negligent management? I mean, Not like we hold all the glory for ages, like the Hawkwings, so we're a bit lacking in experience. Some mistakes are bound to happen. Gotta give us newbies a chance, right? As for our forerunners, we've got nothing but respect for them, but accusing us of sabotaging them? Now that's just too much. How about this? We'll actively discuss compensation of those who suffered loss due to our oversight. Will that do? Don't think I'm blind to the straw man you're popping up. You clearly deliberately targeted us Hawkwings. There's no way this was unintentional, the result of some kind of negligence. And do you have proof of malicious intent? Don't think you can get that from the victim testimonies. Of course I do. In fact, I've got intel from within your little gang. See the loach pearls on his invoice? The timing of the Locust mass purchase of them coincides exactly with that of the Hawkwings mishaps. Now, we all know that the loach pearls are not materials that need to be stockpiled in large amounts, and similar substances were found in the potions imbibed by the victims. Where did you get that invoice? From a member of your corrupt organization, whose conscience hasn't yet breathed its last, of course. Judging by his reaction, that's sure hit him where it hurts. For safety reasons, I will not disclose this stout-hearted person's name, but I guarantee that Patchsoka and Paimon were there when I received the invoice, and they can corroborate the event. We did indeed encounter a special friend. Yeah, they even said it broke their heart to witness such contemptible conduct by their locusts. Really? And here I thought we were famous for being earnest dullards. Didn't know we had someone that eloquent on staff. I'd really like to meet him. Anyway, let's just assume the list in your hands is genuine. So what? It's circumstantial evidence. Your accusation remains mere speculation. This invoice could just as well point to some rotten, traitorous locust using our operation funds to buy the loach pearls so they can build an artificial hot spring in their backyard. And wouldn't that be a terrible disgrace for us? Don't worry, I promise we'll investigate thoroughly, and then give a full accounting to everyone. How's that? How unsightly. Are you really going to just deny everything to the bitter end? More like your evidence just doesn't cut it. How about this then? This picture clearly shows someone tampering with the crafting bench, with a chest full of locust pearls next to him. Where are the locust pearls? That person sure looks familiar. Is that you, Sumac? Ah, so it is. What a coincidence. You some sort of important figure to be under surveillance like that? Huh? Would someone as ordinary as me really need monitoring? Didn't expect such a move from you, to be sure. But please, everyone, think for a second. Is this stuff actually proving his claims, or is it simply more of the same old circumstantial evidence? Even if this picture could prove that someone tampered with the bench, can you prove that person to be a locust? And if I said that this picture was given to me by a locust, just like that invoice, well then, would you, Patchsoka and Paimon, be able to vouch for that? No, I don't remember that happening. I cannot. This is the first time we're seeing this picture, and judging by your reaction, Sumac, this is your first time as well, right? No, never. Sorry, Mr. Hampeck, but you can't give false testimony. So does this stout-hearted person you speak of truly exist? Or did you conspire with those fellows over there to invent this story out of whole cloth. We're a united lot, we locusts. Is that not how we overcame you scattered hawkwings? I find it difficult to imagine that we'd have a turncoat amongst us. We take on almost any request, but we've got principles too. We wouldn't lie at a time like this, right, Patchsoka? Though it does seem that the locusts are not above suspicion, this is not enough to make a final judgment. If your stout-hearted special friend could justify in person, Hempek, that would make things much simpler. But you claim that there's no such person, yes? It's Kun. Absolutely. There's no way a treasure exists among our ranks. Well, since this has reached an impasse, there's no point in continuing. Unless you have something to add, Hempek. Let's call it for today. Still, before we adjourn, please submit this evidence you have just presented. Whoa, feels like things are getting weirder and weirder. You have to submit the Locust purchase invoice. Ready? Okay. Looks like this is the end of the line, Hempek. No, we can still, Mr. Tenuha. I'd like to identify the Locust member who provided me with that intel. Wait a minute. That's not a good idea, is it? But before that, I hope that the speaker's chamber can extend protection to that person I'm going to identify. There will be no problem, yes? We can consider it. This crafting bench affair is an affair neither big nor small, but the speaker's chamber nonetheless hopes for a straightforward end to the dispute. If both sides agree to this, assure you that we will not allow any acts of retaliation from the Locusts. Of course he'd agree. He said himself that our goals were aligned, to expose evildoers and see them punished. In fact, I believe that he came here today precisely because he agrees. Isn't that right, Tozan? Hear that? He named you the traitor. Well, that's trouble. I've got no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Hempek. I know you're in a hurry to find some way out, but you've got the wrong guy. What's wrong with you? Didn't you give me the crafting bench picture yourself? The facility is managed by the Locusts, so only you could have taken that photo. Well, that's just the thing. I checked that photo, and the crafting bench in it isn't one under our management. Paimon's getting lost already. We first met Zumek at the Stadium of Sacred Flame, didn't we? So that bench must have been the one there, right? Exactly. I remember it clearly. That was my first time at the stadium, and I was happy to make good friends, only to meet misfortune not long after. So, can we take that to mean that the crafting bench was a fake then? A fake crafting bench? How can that be? Well, if people can fabricate evidence, is a fake crafting bench that unbelievable? You know, other than the question of motive. I mean, it's not like someone would pour effort into a fake crafting bench with which to frame us locusts, not caring if they were injured an innocent passerby in the course of fabricating their evidence. Before attempting to use scummy tricks to try and create internal strife between us. But what about the invoice? Patchsoka and Paimon were both there when you handed it to me on a tournament rest day. They can vouch for me. Let's not think too hard about Tozan's change in attitude first. Let's just tell the truth. We did indeed see him. Wait, you mean when the day we had no tournament on? Well, that's weird, because dear judge, Mr. Tenhua, I clearly recall we were soaking in a hot spring on the people of the spring's turf that very same day. What? But we saw him. And so close to this place, too. Hey, that's crazy talk, if I've ever heard it. How can one person be in two places at once? If I had to take a guess based on a certain someone's nature, the one you saw might have been a fake. I mean, with the crafting bench a fake, and the witness a bust. Are we sure we can trust the invoice? Are we sure it's not all nonsense? I'm sure everyone here can figure it out. This is all a frame-up. A frame-up? That's right. With the crafting bench, the injured Sumac, Patchsoka and Paimon, who were roped in as a witness. You orchestrated all this yourself, didn't you, Hampek? You know that the scattered Hawkwings weren't any match for us. That's why you had to resort to dirty tricks. Shame, though. You were destined to fail the moment you decided to forge evidence. Lies will always be exposed, and now everyone will look upon your every word with suspicion. It won't matter what evidence you present. Will it be fake, just like before? That's what everyone won't be able to help but think. There's no credibility left in the Hawkwings, and you're the one to blame. Serves you right, thinking that you could indulge your selfish desires under the guise of justice. Nothing to say then? This has proved more complicated than I anticipated. I'm afraid my judgment will have to wait for another day. Patchsoka, Paimon, you deceived into giving false testimony, so I shall not press charges against you this time. But my eyes didn't deceive me. I'm many things, but not a perjurer. That's right, Paimon was there too. We saw it with our own eyes, even talked to him. It was him for sure. So you mean to call me, the judge, a liar? Well, we're not saying that. Hey, say something, Hampek. Or was the Tozen we met that day an imposter you put up for the job? Impossible. That was the Tozen I know. And he did give me the crafting bench picture. I've been had. I don't know how he did it though. And the situation is as he says. I could not explain the most crucial mystery, and now my every word arouses suspicion. I've already utterly lost. Hey, chin up, Mr. Hampek. We warriors of Netland don't throw in the towel that easily. Like I said, I've got a good eye for people. I know you're not lying. Itzquin was confident when he spoke, and didn't seem like one to purposely lie. But Tozen, now that's an experienced liar. But from what happened just now, everyone must have been convinced that Hampek was the architect of all this. Paimon doesn't know who to trust anymore. Now she's even doubting your words, Sumac. Is this what they call a crisis of confidence? All times like these, a little out-of-the-box thinking is needed. Out of the box? How? It's not that Hampek intended this as a frame-up from the start. Rather, Tozen saw this coming and struck first. Huh? So you mean that suspecting that Mr. Hampek's investigation might turn up something for real and actually hurt the locusts? Tozen pretended to help, only to lure him into making the wrong decisions, so he could use the case to destroy the Hawkwing's credibility. That's definitely possible. Hello? This thing's over. A done deal, seriously. This is getting more ludicrous by the moment. What idiocy are you gonna spew next? Going to say we locusts brought out the judge and had him commit perjury? I know you don't doubt your eyes, but neither do I. I doubt Mr. Tinhua's lying. There's only one possibility left, which is that you all saw Tozen on the same day, but in different places. But a person can't be in two places at once, can they? Well, just like with the crafting bench, where we first met Paimon. They were like the two crafting benches at the stadium then. Two benches? So you mean that the real one was still in its original spot? And we just encountered a fake then? Though you say it was fake, but it wasn't much different from the real deal. If it hadn't been tampered with, it would have functioned normally. Exactly, so both crafting benches were genuine. Just like there is no fake Tozan. Instead, there are two of him. Two Tozans? Oh, Paimon knows where you're going with this. Ah, well, if I hadn't known that the man himself for so long, I might have seriously considered your hypothesis. Actually, maybe I should give it some thought. I'm afraid this nonsense is not worth wasting your precious time on, sir. Oh, come on, Tozan, I was just joking. No need to be so nervous. Anyway, we're done for today. Hempek, yes, Quinn, you stay for a bit. I'll need you to come with me to the speaker's chamber. And as for the rest of you, you're free to go. I've got other things to do. See you. Tozan leaves in silence. For a moment there, Paimon thought we'd be able to, Shazam, turn things around at the last second, an epic climax. But guess not. Not that we could provide anything more than guesses, though. What we really needed was two Tozans, right in front of us. You might actually have a chance at that. Have you heard the story of the foolish thief, Paimon? The foolish thief? Come on, don't keep Paimon in tenterhooks. Just tell the story. Alright, relax. So there was once a foolish thief who stole a gem from someone and hid it in a place only he knew of. The owner of the gem only knew who it was who had committed the theft, not where the gem was hidden. But he was a smart man, and so he said to the thief, "Hey you thief, I know you stole my gem, so I've nicked it right back. Don't believe me? Go see for yourself." And then he followed him, I guess. The owner's smart, so it's gotta be Patchsoka and Paimon that makes the thief and the gem. Ah, Paimon gets it. For sure this time. Come on, Patchsoka, let's catch up with Tozan. It'll bring us right to his gem hidey hole. You follow Tozan and he departs to catch up with him near the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. Wait, we're back at near the Stadium of the Sacred Flame again? Guys, so quick. Lost. Good thing you left footprints though. Let's follow those tracks. Okay, I will continue it in the next episode. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.